Hey guys, how you doing? Jeff here. Today we gotta talk some Star Trek Online, especially with the new patch coming down and the new 2 episodes from the new patch. This will have spoilers. This is not meant for kids. Let's rock and roll. Alright, this new episodes. It deals with kind of a TOS episode, the Escambians, I think they're called. You know, the one that had old Abraham Lincoln and some of the Kirk's crew was taken for tests between good and evil. Well, it's an updated version of that. You go back to Escambian and you end up trying to help the Escambians, you know, deal with the concepts of good and evil and what they should follow. Now, this does have something to do with Seven, because you start out in the Trala system, and you're helping Seven trying to figure out what's going on there, so you're using the Trolls relay, and that's when the Escambians abscond you, pardon the pun, to the system you need to be in, and you go through the thing. Of course, you meet Old Abe, you meet the person, the being who's running through this, and of course they have one other person that they've pulled in. Of course they had to dive into Discovery one more time, and they bring out Michael Burnham. Now, before everybody loses their mind, have an open mind. STO writers, even though sometimes they write stuff that sucks, manage to write better than the people who do stuff like Discovery. In fact, I would dare say these 2 episodes that you play are probably the very best writing of Michael Burnham I've ever seen. And of course, the 7 of 9 you deal with is the 7 of 9 variant that we see in, you know, Picard. And I must say, on 7 of 9, to me, it is a very logical evolution of 7 of 9, incorporating more human-style elements into her Borg background. She still kind of talks in the Borg way, but she's more human-like. You know, she'll say a few funny things, and in certain instances, like, spoiler alert, there's a certain variation where you fight the Borg Queen, but it's a cloned version of 7 of 9 who becomes the Borg Queen. And she basically tells the Borg Queen, what? Us kicking your ass? And I was like, damn, you go, 7. Or like, you know, there's a certain part where she's like, God, I need a drink. In fact, I think I need several. I'm just like, well, how about you and me go find 10 Ford and we'll go have that drink. Or 10. But yeah, I actually did enjoy Jerry Ryan's new 7 of 9, the new variant, and it felt like, again, a logical progression of her gaining her humanity while still kind of remaining true to the Borg inside of her. It was good writing. The voice acting by Jerry Ryan and Sonequa Martin Green, or how you say your first name, I'm sorry if I'm butchering it, was top-notch. They did very well. And going back to Burnham, she was not insufferable. Oh my God. I actually did not mind Burnham. It's because I cannot stand the character in Discovery. I just cannot stand her character, especially the way, you know, she, you know, talked back to Pike, talked down to Pike, even though Pike's her superior officer. There was none of that in these 2 episodes. Like, the STO writers remember the chain of command that you're a fucking admiral and she's a commander. And it's like, oh my God. Burnham respects my rank? What? She respects me? What? The fact that she actually has human emotions? What? Wait, what? What? Yeah, she does certain logical things, but she still shows emotion, and I'll take you through it. Okay, now, Escambians basically make you relive events from the past game, like, you know, dealing with Hakeem and Obasek. But even the Escambians and Lincoln do tell you, it's not going to be the same way you did it the last time. It's not going to be a thing for thing. Things will be different. Be prepared for that. So the first thing is the attack on the Brea system and you fighting the Tal Shiar. And this is the first thing where it's actually written very well, because you go through the portal, you end up in there, and Burnham going, where are we, and who are all these Vulcans? And you actually have to explain to her, and I think it was either you or 7, explain to her, yeah, those aren't Vulcans, those are Romulans. And she's like, they're Romulans? And they look like Vulcans? And you explain that, you know, you come to find out that Romulans are offshoots of Vulcans during the Sundering, and Burnham's just like completely bewildered, like, wow, this Wow, I apparently missed a lot. You're going to have to fill me in, but we do have a firefight to go win, so let's go. And you go through the Brea system, not exactly how you did, but you got to take out shields, you got to stop the Tal Shiar, and you also run into Iconians fighting on the side of the Tal Shiar, which was kind of interesting this time around. And you eventually get to Hakiv, and he's still doing the Iconians will take over everything in Brumlow. The Iconians? Wait, they're real? I'm like, oh yeah, we fight them. There's a war. And she's like, a war? Against the Iconians? Okay, I apparently missed a lot, and you're going to have to fill me in. But she does it in a way of just that utter bewilderment of, wow, I missed a lot. And and you get the feeling she really desperately wants to ask you what the hell happened, but she realizes she doesn't have the time. She just has to go along with this for now because she has no choice. And of course, you fight Hakiv, and you get to the part where Obasek's about to shoot Hakiv again. But this time, Burnham talks him down, much the same way I kind of wish my character would have talked Obasek down the original time through. So on that one, I wasn't too mad. Because you also kind of run up and go, whoa, hey, come on, Obasek, let's put that disruptor down. And Obasek goes, fine! And then, of course, Hakiv shoots him, and you're kind of forced to up a choice. Now, I've only played it one way, where I chose to save Obasek, but you can either chase down Hakiv with 7 of 9, or heal Obasek with Burnham. And that choice will affect the story later, which I love. So, but anyways, once you do that, you come back, and the Escambian actually tells you what happens because you made that choice in their projections. It's like, yeah, Hakiv goes to help the Iconians, and they slaughter billions because of your actions to save Obasek. And Abraham Lincoln kind of defends you. It's like, but why would it not be prudent and good to save an ally like that? And I think the next one is you go to ancient Iconia, and Burnham's like, this architecture, this artwork, where are we? I would love to take a look around here. And they're like, you're on ancient Iconia. And she goes, wait, what? We're on ancient Iconia. Wow, fascinating. It's like, and you basically tell her, look, I'd love to take you around, but we got things to do. We're here to defend the Iconians. And you start, like, and you check the bodies, and it's, the same races that were attacking Iconia the last time around. And Burnham pops up with, these races were extinct and destroyed in our time. This is extraordinary. And, you actually see the explorer in her come out, and just, like, she's completely awed by what she's seeing. For you, it's, this is yesterday's news. You've already dealt with this before. But to Burnham, this is like completely mind-blowing. And, she wants to ask 1,001 questions, but she knows she doesn't have time for this. And, just eating her alive. You go through that, you help Tiket, and then you get a Borgified Tiket. You fight Tiket from the future, while Tiket from the past actually helps you and calls her future self a monster. And somehow, there's technology that allowed Tiket to come through but you don't know how, you don't know why. That's kind of one of the nitpicks I have with it. But you fight through, and because I didn't choose to save Hakiv comes through the portal after the cat. It's like, here, mistress, have this, and you see this thing in the back of Hakiv's head, and it's a Borg implant, and he Borgifies Tiket, and I'm like, whoa, okay, I didn't think that was possible, but damn. Mind blown. This shouldn't probably physically be possible, but I'm still going, okay, this might sound dumb, but the way it's being acted and the way it's being handled, I'm just going to roll with it. I know certain people probably didn't like it, but I'm just going to roll with it, because this concept seems awesome here. A Borgified Tiket. Oh, and she takes that orb thingy that held all the Iconian information and goes with her, and it's just like, wow. Okay. Oh, actually, I think I jumped over one because I can't remember what that was before. No, the Iconian one was way far. I missed two parts. There's one part where you deal with the Temporal Liberation Front and what's his name has the Anorax. You deal with him, and it comes to find out because I chose to destroy the Anorax, and the Changeling Founder comes up and actually kills the guy that stole the Anorax. she just freaking knifes him right through the chest with it. I'm like, God damn! You didn't need to do that! Well, I decided to blow up the Anthrax, and come to find out, Temporal Liberation Front congealed together. He became a martyr, and they go on to slaughter billions. And it's like, God damn it! Shit! And then, of course, we go to the place where they attempted to capture the Red Angel. Well, when we do capture the Red Angel, it's a future version of Burnham. And she's like, why are you doing this? I need to get this to the future. You know, the whole thing. And she's like, oh, whatever. But Control shows up, controlling the bodies of former Discovery crew. And you have to fight them off. And then Control shows up. You have to capture Control. Control is starting to try to take control of future Burnham, and you're forced to the choice. Destroy the information in the Red Angel suit, or Seven can try to use her nanites to purge Control out of future Burnham. Well, I chose to have Seven purge future Burnham, but what happens is it absorbs a little bit of Seven's DNA and some of her nanoprobes, and Control completely clones a new Borgified version of 7 of 9, and it's like, whoa, okay, I don't think we meant to do that. Shit. And the funny part is, this entire simulation grows beyond the bounds of what the Scambians are trying to do, and now they can't even control. And by the end of the second episode, because this is like a two-parter, it's been going on this entire time, you get to the point where this new Borg threat is actually assimilating these Scambians, and you have to stop it. So you jump out in the ship, you fight some very, very beefed up Borg probes and spheres, and boy, do they kick your ass. I got my ass shot off like 3 times trying to defeat them, until finally it moves to the point where it's a Borg diamond, a Borgified Iconian dreadnought under Borgified Tiket's control, the Borgified Section 31 ship, and another couple other Borgified ships, and they're basically asking, what are you going to do? All of a sudden, the Enterprise F and Captain Sean shows up, and it's like, hey, thought you could use some help. I brought friends. Next thing you know, the NX-01 Enterprise, under the command of Jonathan Archer, shows up, and it's like, whoa, you brought him? And it's not that. And then the next 3 things to warp in is all 3 variations of the Constitution. The TOS, the Discovery, and the Kelvin Constitution Enterprise all warp in together, and you hear James T. Kirk from a TOS basically calling battle stations. And it's like, whoa, okay. Next thing you know, the Enterprise D and E show up, and Picard gives his famous line of, let's make sure history never forgets the name Enterprise. Picard out. And it's like, holy shit. Then the Defiant warps in, and you hear Benjamin Sisko, and this is all in high quality, unlike that first cut of Odo when he showed up at the end of, the Herc problem before we started the Deep Space Nine arc. But these are all in high quality, and you hear Sisko say, fortune favors the bull, let's see if it's true. And it's like, hello, Captain Sisko. And right after that, Voyager shows up, and you hear Captain Janeway say, let's do a little assimilating of our own. It's like, hello, Captain Janeway. And then, of course, Starship Discovery, spores in. And it's like, well, and you hear 7 is 9. Well, you were saying, because you're also in the picture with all these hero ships, Enterprise, Voyager, and all them, and you're being recognized as one of the hero ships. And it's like, well, I have 2 nitpicks. This is still a pretty cool shot, because the 2 nitpicks I have is, 1, I hate the Discovery, because I just can't stand the design of the ship. It just bugs me. It irks me. I mean, I know what it was meant to be, an early version of the Enterprise during the old drawings, but just the way they did it just bugs me. I just can't stand the damn ship. And then, of course, they're missing 3 ships, the Enterprise A, B, and C. Now, yes, I know the Enterprise B will show up on Tuesday. Yes, I know. But then you have the final fight, you destroy the Borg forces, you go back, you talk to Burnham, who isn't actually Michael Burnham. It's a Borg simulacrum of Burnham, but it has all her memories, all the essence of what Burnham is, and she asked the Escambians to make it permanent so she can be, a being again. and she decides to, go back to Starfleet, try to reactivate her commission, catch up with Stamets, and, try to reintegrate back to Starfleet, but a Starfleet 150 years in the future that she doesn't, really know, but she wants to learn all the history, learn about everything that's happened since she's been gone, which is kind of cool. And like I said, Burnham was well written, so was Seven. Seven goes back, like, yeah, I'm going to go back to the Trolls relays, and I'm going to finish what I was planning to do anyways before this entire thing happened. This was interesting. Thanks for having me around. If you can just get me back there, I'll go complete my mission. And I'm like, okay, bye, Seven. And of course, one final thought of whoever you pay to voice Abraham Lincoln and whoever you paid to put him in Star Trek, you did not pay them people enough. Abraham Lincoln was beautiful. He sounded great. He looked even better. And you even get to fight alongside him for a short period of time. And he's using a hatchet. And it's like, well, on its Abe's hatchet. That's awesome. In fact, you actually gain Abraham Lincoln's hatchet. And I'm like, oh, that's just a funny. That's just funny. Thanks for the weapon. And that's just tickling to me. But anyways, overall, 8 out of 10. This is proof Burnham can be written well if the writers of Discovery would actually bother to take the time to do it right. Now, that just irritates me more about Star Trek Discovery, because this proves Burnham can be written well and can actually be a likable character. That bugs me. But anyways, let me know in the comments below what you think. I gave it, like I said, an 8 out of 10, though someone on my Reddit post said, 8 out of 10, surely you need a 7 out of 9. And I'm like, well played, sir. Well played. But anyways, that's my review. Ran a little bit longer this time around because it's about the third time I've tried to record it. But you know what? It had to be said. I know it ran long. I'm Jeff. I hope you enjoyed the game, and I hope you enjoyed the episodes. I'll catch you next time.